Right now, you probably feel like you're living with two different versions of yourself. One is the driven, ambitious individual who is always striving to be the best possible version of himself. The other is the procrastinator, the voice that creeps up when things are about to get tough, when you need to turn up and do the thing that you don't really want to do and it just feels a bit too heavy. Feels like if you don't do this thing, it's not going to be the end of the world. You'll get by, you'll get through it. What does that do though? It creates internal conflict. It creates a lack of trust within yourself. You build resentment towards the way that you operate. And in the long term, this stops you having that confidence. This stops you building momentum and allowing you to consistently push forward and build yourself into that individual that you truly want to become. This is something that everybody goes through. It's not a unique trait that only you experience. We all go through it, but in order to push to the next level, to push through these boundaries and these barriers, the procrastination is the resistance. That is the thing that is holding you back. Now, when it comes to building that trust, the only way you can do that is by setting yourself a set of promises and a set of expectations and sticking to them. So what that does is it builds your internal integrity. It builds that trust that you've got with yourself. That knowing that if I set myself a task, I set myself a challenge, I am going to turn up and do that. And unfortunately that comes along the side of pushing through many a moments, many a times where you really can't be fucked. But in the long run, that is where you build momentum. That is where you build yourself into that individual. Now, the cost of breaking a promise is the loss of the integrity. And the more you break the promises, the more you lose that internal integrity, the further you fall down a spiral. And this can happen multiple times over periods of many months, years. Whatever new journey you embark on comes with a new set of promises and trust-built habits that you need to build. So for me, when I started the gym, I didn't have trust in myself that I could turn up every day, turn up every week, turn up every month, that I could eat clean. I know how to eat clean. But over the period of years, I built this unshakable level of conviction that I just go to the gym, I don't even think twice about it. It just happens. It's that solidified in my brain that I don't even need to think about it. Now, when did that come up again? Business, content, pursuing anything that again involved that resistance, that conflict internally. Content is a massive one. Steps you right out your comfort zone. I had to build, and still am building, a whole new level of internal integrity that I know I can turn up consistently on a consistent basis and post the content, put myself out there, be vulnerable, and build that online presence that I know I want to build. Now, how can you then direct that into your own life? It's simple. Most simple things are not always easy, but you have got to set yourself a standard, a set of expectations, and get as close to matching those expectations as possible. I give myself the expectation of posting every day, and sometimes I post 6 days a week. Occasionally I'll post 5 days a week, and on a good week I'll post 7 days out of a week. But if I set the expectation of posting 4 or 5 days a week, then that would maybe drop to 3 or 4. You need to set your expectations high so that if you fall a bit short on them, you're still turning up consistently. If I had said to myself, even a year ago, that I would be posting content 5-6 days a week consistently, I would have been like, that is huge for us. Quality, mate. That is exactly what we're striving for. I couldn't imagine doing that right now. But the further you get on, the better you get in the pursuit of the thing you're trying to get better at. The higher your standards go, the more consistent you become. Now, when it comes to building the physique, building the mind, that doesn't mean that you read, journal, work out, cardio every day. That's an unrealistic set of expectations. But you understand, right, what do I want to improve just now? If it's I want to improve my muscle mass, then yes, you optimize for 4 or 5 days in a week in the gym. And you make sure when you're in the gym, you're lifting to failure, you're pushing your body. When you are optimizing for athletic performance, maybe you strip the weights back. You don't need to do as much gym work anymore because you already have that foundational layer of muscle there. So you're like, right, I can strip the gym back to 2 days a week and I can focus more on the sport-specific stuff that I need to be focusing on in order to maximize my athletic potential. So, same with self-development. Do I need to advance my intellect? Do I want to become more knowledgeable within a specific subject that could excel my trajectory in a certain aspect of life? So let's say you've started a new career, or you've got this thing you're really interested in. You understand, right, do I need to understand more about myself or more about the topic? If it's more about the topic, then maybe you start reading, you listen to more podcasts. If you need to understand more about yourself, maybe you invest in a coach to help you understand more about yourself, a mindset coach. Or you start journaling, you start understanding the type of person you are and the type of person you want to become. See where I'm going with this? Set the expectations for the thing that you want to achieve, understand what it is you actually want to achieve, and then align your actions with that long-term goal. There's no point in just trying to develop every aspect of your life, because that is when it becomes overwhelming. That is when you will set way too many standards and fall short on all of them, and then you lose the internal integrity. Then you lose that trust within yourself. You break the confidence, and you start falling down this spiral. So, to wrap up, building self-trust, building that internal integrity starts off with understanding what it is you're actually trying to achieve and aligning your actions with your expectations and consistently pursuing those over a long period of time. If you like that video, drop a like and a sub. I will leave a link for any coaching form if you'd like to have a chat. You can just fill it out. We can have a call. It doesn't need to be a done deal. If you just want to have a conversation and understand more about the service, I'm happy to do that too. Drop a like and a sub. I'll see you in the next one.